Hello, this is Mr. Kenzie's Integrated Algebra, Day 16 review on quadratics. So we have a set of equations. We're going to be doing these 6 questions today. The first thing we need to do, I'm going to look at number 1, is we need to make sure if there's a variable that is squared and cannot be eliminated, we need to set it equal to 0. So I'm going to subtract 20 from both sides. When we do that, we will get x squared minus x minus 20 is equal to 0. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to take a look to see if there is a GCF. In this case, there is not, and there's 3 terms. We're going to use trinomial guess and check. So we're going to have 2 sets of parentheses. Going to factor our first term. So here we have x and x. Signs are opposite. Factors of 20 that give you a -1. Well, the factors of 20, I'm just going to list them over here. You also can use your calculator doing 20 divided by x, as we talked about throughout the year. 1 times 20, 2 times 10, 4 times 5. The two that'll combine to give us a -1 would be 4 and 5. 5 being negative, 4 being positive. We could check our OI, outers and inners, -5x and 4x to get -x, which is what we originally started with. Therefore, that checks out. The next thing we do is we're going to t-bar, set each of our factors equal to 0. And we subtract 4, so here I get x equal to -4. Here I get x equal to 5. So now for this, we're going to put these in set brackets or braces. We have -4 and 5. Not parentheses. Parentheses would be if we had 2 different variables. The next thing we're going to do, in number 2, you're going to look at, and there's going to be a GCF in that one. So you'll factor that out first. This one you're going to set equal to 0. We're going to skip down to number 4. So for this one, it is already set equal to 0, but there's a GCF. This is actually going to be a completely factoring question. The GCF, all 3 terms are divisible by 3 and an x. So we have 3x, and I'm going to divide each term by 3x. I know it's just an x because that's the smallest exponent. So 3x cubed divided by 3x should just be x squared. -6x squared divided by 3x should be just -2x. And -24x divided by 3x should be -8. Now we have to factor what's left over. This is going to be a trinomial guess and check. So we have 2 sets of parentheses. Here we have x and x. The last sign is negative, so the signs must be opposite. Factors of 8 that will give us a -2 would be -4 and +2. So now we'll have 3 parts to our t-bar. We'll set each factor equal to 0. For this one, we'll get x equal to 4. For this one, we'll get x equals to -2. And for this one, we'll divide by 3, and we'll get x equal to 0. So what this means, in a graphing sense, is that we would have a polynomial that would cross the x-axis in 3 spots. -2, 0, and 4. For number 5, you are going to set this equal to 0. We're going to start this one together. We have 4x squared plus 4x minus 120. You're going to have a GCF of 4. So we divide each of these by 4. And I'll have x squared plus x minus 30. You're then going to have to factor that again. And you'll continue. Number 6, for this one, we're just going to start together. Once again, you're going to solve on your own. You're going to have to FOIL this. So you have x plus 4 times x plus 4, because that's what squared means. FOIL it and set equal to 0, factor, and solve. You're going to finish number 3, 2 and 3 on your own. Finish numbers 5 and 6. That'll be your homework for today. Thank you.